What's up guys, my name is Julie. Welcome back to the Curated Curvy, where I bring you along for the journey as I attempt to create the curated wardrobe of my dreams with these two hands. And today I have for you all a what I made recently video. Now, if you have been following this channel for any length of time, you know that I am not a fan of intros or long intros, and that's just because I kind of suck at them. So we're just gonna jump into the clothes. Alright, so if you saw my plans video last week, or I think it was last week, gosh, these weeks are just like flying by. But if you saw my plans video last week, then you will have seen that I pulled out some fabrics that I was thinking of making some things with, and some of those things came to fruition as they were planned and some of them did not. We will start with the did not. So if you see behind me here on this dress form, I have this gorgeous dress that I made. Now, in my plans video, this top fabric was supposed to be a button-down blouse, and this skirt portion was supposed to be a co-ord short set. However, after pre-washing the fabrics, when I saw them next to each other on bundles, I just really thought that the colors complemented each other in a very perfect way almost. And I've been wanting to do something with print mixing on the channel or in my wardrobe in general, just because print mixing is kind of all the rage now. I wanted something that you'd find in a more like bespoke store, like Anthropologie, something that just kind of sat outside of the norm, a little bit quirky, a little bit bohemian, but definitely interesting. And I thought that these two fabrics would give me that. So I went about making the dress. Now, I have made this dress before. This dress is a self-drafted pattern. If you haven't seen the making of my Mother's Day dress, I will link that up in the cards above and in the description box below so that you can check it out. But in that video, I go about drafting and making this dress. So it is a dress that was drafted and made for me. Why would I need to do any fitting as I'm going about creating this dress? Because I altered the pattern and I forgot that I altered the pattern. Long story short, that's what happened. I altered the pattern because I felt like there were a few more tweaks that I wanted to make to it. I ended up rearranging my entire sewing room, putting that to the side, forgetting that I had done it, and then weeks later coming back to this project and cutting it out and sewing it up in the good fabric, forgetting that I had made changes to the pattern that were not tested. And those changes, in fact, were incorrect. So this bust sits too high on me, and it's pulling at the shoulders because of the alterations that I made that just ultimately at the end of the day were incorrect. So I made the dress in its completion before I had the bright idea to try it on. And when I tried it on, I realized that it just doesn't fit me in the way that I want my garments to fit, which is kind of devastating because this is one of the projects that I was pretty excited about. I definitely planned on taking this with me for vacation. I kind of knew where I would wear it and how I wanted to wear it. I was making like reel footage as I was sewing it so that I would have some cool reels and content to put up on Instagram, and it just didn't work out, which is very sad. So I will have this dress listed for sale. By the time this video goes up, I'll make sure that it is listed, and I will have that information in the description box below if you are interested in checking it out. That was a bust. It was a very sad fail. Very, very sad, because like I said, I put a lot of time, effort, and energy into that one, and it just didn't quite work out. So after that failed, I knew that I needed to go back and edit the pattern again. So I went forward, I fixed it, and I reworked it, and then I needed to test that one out as well, which brought us to this top. And this is just that blouse as a top. So it has like the gathered bust. It has a short poofy sleeve, which wasn't in the original. In the original dress that I did, I ended up not putting a sleeve on that, if you saw that video, just because I felt like the sleeve that I had thought of at the time wasn't working. I decided that I just wanted something really short, really poofy. It's funny because in the video, I said that I didn't like the sleeve because I felt like it was a little too sweet. This sleeve is definitely leaning towards sweet, but it works. It's sweet in a way that I enjoy. So like I said, I just wanted to test out the pattern. So that is this. I only made the top and I made it out of a blouse, as a blouse. This is some fabric that I thrifted a while ago at the thrift store. I got in, it was something crazy, like 18 yards of fabric for like $8. And it's been pre-washed and just sitting in my stash. This is very much like a warmer, like more autumnal type fabric, but I like it and I'm gonna wear it. So like I said, the purpose of this top was to test out the modifications that I made to the pattern, and I am glad that I did it because I need to add back a little bit of ease. So this one is a little bit too tight along like the bottom portion, so the waist, the back is just a little bit too tight. It's squeezing me a little bit too much, so I need to go back and I need to add a smidge more ease in some areas that I took some out of. But other than that, it's perfectly constructed. I put a separating zipper in the back, and I do plan to wear it. It's tight. It's not the most comfortable top, but I can see it being something that I reach for if I have like a cute little lunch date or something. I can just dress this up and make it look kind of like, you know, kind of snazzy if I wanted to. So happy to have this one in my wardrobe. After I made this one, I made these shorts. Now I thought that these shorts would be like fun to wear with this. It's kind of like in that same color story, but they also go in two very different directions in terms of vibes. And I think that's kind of where I'm at right now, is just playing with silhouettes and playing with texture and playing with color and just bringing a little bit more of an unexpected element to my wardrobe. So I made these shorts. They are the babe shorts that I showed you in my last what I made recently video, just in a textured pinstripe cotton. As you can see, the stripes are running down on the shorts and then across on the waistband. Initially, I wasn't too sure about this design choice. However, now I really like it. These shorts are very simple, super quick to make. I think I made these shorts in like 2 hours, start to finish. That includes cut time and everything, because it's just, there are not a lot of pattern pieces, there are no pockets, there are no finishes or like zips or buttons or anything like that. So it just comes together very easily, and it's a really enjoyable make for me, which is probably why I have so many at this point. This is my 4th pair, and I just bought fabric for another pair that I plan on making in the near future. I also wanted these in more of a neutral color because my other 3 pairs are very much like stand out pieces. Like I have a lavender pair, I have a cherry print like denim pair, and I have a pair that was made from a cotton bed sheet that's like white but has like these blue flowers and all of these things on it. So I wanted something more toned down, more neutral. I am planning on making some t-shirts in the near future. I'll talk about that in my plans video, which should follow up after this video. And like I said, I'm thinking ahead to, like, once I make those shirts, I want to make sure that I have shorts in my wardrobe that pair nicely and easily with them, because some of the other shorts that I have mostly would only work with like a solid color like white top situation. So that is these. The last thing that I want to show you is the new look set that I made, and I made this for the Hot Girl Summer for New Look Challenge that is hosted by Rochelle of Rochelle Handmade Designs. The challenge is mostly happening on Instagram, but some of us Instagram girlies also have YouTube channels, so we talked about our makes over here as well. I have an entire pattern review out for these, so I won't go into all of the details, but I'll still talk about it in case you haven't seen that review. So the first thing I have to show you is the top. It is a simple woven tank, and I think it is just lovely and such like a wardrobe necessity right now. It is supposed to come with ties on the side. I had the ties originally and then I took them out just because I felt like the ties weren't adding anything to the garment in terms of like taking it up a notch. In fact, I felt like it was cheapening the garment in a way because the ties were like really short, kind of stubby, just didn't look too clean in my personal opinion. So I went ahead and I took the ties out, and so it just has the slits along the side, which I absolutely love. I actually think that I like this way more as a design feature than having the ties on the side. Super simple tank. There's your front piece, your back piece, and then it's just finished with neck binding. These pieces are just folded over twice and finished that way. The neck binding, I used the fabric to create, and I finished the binding on the outside, whereas bias binding is typically finished on the inside, just so that you could see like the fun directional print of the stripes. So there's binding here, and then there's binding here, 2 darts in the front, and that's pretty much it. There's not much to this. The New Look patterns, I am not anywhere on their size chart, so I did need to modify the patterns in order to get them to fit me. For the top, I added a 1/2 inch in the front and a 1/2 inch in the back, and that 1/2 inch would equate to 1 inch of wearing ease in the front and 1 inch of wearing ease in the back, which was more than enough ease for it to fit nicely over me and hang the way that I wanted it to hang. And so similar to the top, the pants, I'm not on their size chart. They probably wouldn't fit me straight out of the packet. So I definitely went ahead and I added some ease to these pants. I added the ease along the crotch and along the side seams. I'm not gonna go into all of those details because it's kind of a lot, but like I said, that video will be linked in the description box below. And it's a good one to watch in general if you're thinking of like, how can you easily size up a pair of like loose fitting pants? I don't know if this methodology would work for a form fitted pair of pants, but for a loose fitted pair of pants, I think it would definitely work. So this is it. It has a, I think it's like a 1 inch wide elastic waistband, just long kind of floaty pants. They don't hit, they fall about mid, they fall like the bottom of your calf, like low calf, slightly above the ankle. Just really easy to wear. When I made these, I wasn't like uber excited about them, but since making them, I have worn them at least 3 times already, which just goes to show that there are certain pieces in our wardrobe that like we are not necessarily like excited about, but they're like the things that we need. And I feel like that's a tricky line to walk when you're a seamstress and you make your own clothing, because we want to make the things that are exciting and that are fun to wear, and we tend to forget about like the workhorses, the things that are comfortable and easy to wear, and maybe not the most exciting, but the thing that our wardrobe needs. And these pants have definitely turned out to be that. I have some other elastic waist wide leg pants, but all of of those just feel a little bit more special, and they're just not something that I want to like lounge around in or do yard work in or things of that nature. And so having these in my wardrobe fills that gap because they're not form-fitted. They're very comfortable to wear outside, to do things that I need to do outside. They're very comfortable to wear in the house, to sit around in, to lounge in. Like I said, they're that workhorse pair of pants that I didn't know I needed, but I'm glad I have. All right, and that is it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you got something out of it. Let me know what you're making recently, and until next time, stay beautiful, make great things. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. That's it. Bye.